Khloe Kardashian is welcoming a new child with her cheating baby daddy, Tristan Thompson. Also, the actor Noah Schnapp apologized to Doja Cat, but a lot of people felt like he shouldn't have apologized in the first place. And the R&B group FLO is making a lot of buzz. Could they be the next big girl group? Stay tuned and find out. Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. I want to highlight this R&B girl group from the UK called FLO. I did talk about FLO in one of my previous videos. I first discovered them when I saw their single cardboard box circulating, and I got into their music. They just dropped their first music project called The Lead, and The Lead is a 5-song EP. And I was really impressed with the quality of their music. Their sound definitely has a Y2K vibe to it. They remind me a lot of Destiny's Child, especially with their harmonies. But I really like the production and the vocal arrangements and melodies on this album. And I love the Y2K nostalgia. Their music and their overall aesthetic is very reminiscent of some of the things in that era. So I do like the group FLO. I think they're very refreshing. And I'm very impressed with their new EP. The fact that this is their first project is really impressive to me because this group already understands their sound. And they did contribute to the writing on this album. They actually worked with the producer Emanike, and they worked with other collaborators like Kaba, Jamal Woon, and Ryan Ashley. And they understood their musical direction. They understood what they want to say. They understood what they want to sound like. And that's not very common for a group of young artists to automatically know how they want to present themselves. A lot of times young artists are trying to find themselves and they're trying to follow what's considered trendy. But FLO understood that there's an area they could really thrive in, and they could really thrive by recreating those early Y2K sounds. Now, I don't necessarily expect them to stay in this lane forever. I would like to see how they evolve musically, but right now what they're doing is a good way for them to differentiate themselves from what's out there. With all that being said, I am glad that there is another black girl group emerging, and if things work out and they stay the course and stay consistent, they could be one of the prominent girl groups of their time. So they have a good future ahead of them for sure. Since I'm on the topic of emerging stars, I want to briefly talk about the singer and actress COCO Jones. I've also talked about COCO before. I enjoyed her single Caliber. I especially loved it when she performed it live on Terrell's show. And recently she did drop a new single called Love is War. And she did a live performance on Amazon Original and she uploaded it on her YouTube channel. I loved COCO's vocal performance on this song. She sings with so much soul and emotion. And this is something that we really need in R&B music. I do feel like the soul is missing. And when I listen to COCO sing, it really reminds me that, man, we don't have a lot of singers out that sing like her. So I think she's very important and very necessary in this era of R&B music. And she has a wide range of talent too. She doesn't just stand there and sing, but she could dance, she could perform, she could act, she could do it all. She's super talented. And I'm happy that she's just starting to get some of the recognition that she has always deserved. Now moving on, let's talk about Boo Boo the Fool, Khloe Kardashian. It's been reported that Khloe is expecting her second child with her cheating baby daddy, Tristan Thompson, and she's having her child through a surrogate. Now, this whole thing shouldn't be a surprise to me because I do remember Khloe saying that she wanted to have more children with Tristan, even after he cheated on her multiple times with multiple women. But what's crazy to me is Khloe decided to have a child with Tristan after Tristan had a whole baby with another woman last year. Now, if y'all remember, Tristan welcomed a son with this woman named Marilee Nichols. And I see how the reports are trying to twist it and make it seem like Khloe wasn't aware of this. They were saying that she didn't know that he impregnated Marilee before she decided to have a child with him. But she did know, because according to Page 6, Marilee Nichols filed a paternity suit against Tristan. And this happened in June of last year. Also, Tristan filed a countersuit in July. So Khloe was aware that there was a paternity suit brewing, and she's seen all of the red flags. I mean, Tristan has cheated on her too many times to count, but she still decided to have another baby with him. And at this point, I believe Khloe looks at Tristan like a sperm donor, because this is the only way this whole situation can make sense. She wants Tristan's sperm. She wanted to have a second child, but she didn't want to have another child with another man. She wants all her children to be from the same man. And I guess it makes sense for Khloe, because it is less chaotic for her to have her children by one man instead of different men. And she probably understands that her prospects for finding another man that will actually treat her right is probably low. So she's not going to wait around to find the right man to have a child with. She wanted another child now, and she was like, hey, Tristan is here, so I might as well use his sperm. And that's what she did. And if she wants to do that, that's her business. I mean, Tristan at this point is a willing participant, and he's probably completely clueless that Khloe is using his genetics and his sperm to build her own designer biracial baby. I have a conspiracy that the Kardashians are doing an experiment. They're getting all of the talented black men they could find from Hollywood and creating babies with them. And they're going to watch and see how their offspring succeeds in society. I did hear that Khloe and Tristan already welcomed their second child, and they do have a boy. So I believe that their son is going to be an athlete when he grows up. It's all a part of the plan. Having children with athletes and musicians not only allows the Kardashians to have children that are genetically blessed, but it also allows their names to continue to live on through their talented children. It's really kind of sad too, because I'm sure they love their children, but they're definitely using them as props and accessories to keep their name afloat in the media. Now, moving on, the Stranger Things star Noah Schnapp apologized to Doja Cat after leaking her DMs on TikTok. And a lot of people feel like he should not have apologized at all. Now, just to give a backstory, Doja DM'd Noah and asked him to link her up with his co-star Joseph Quinn. Noah found this interaction very amusing, and he leaked the DMs. And Doja was upset about it. She felt betrayed, and she called Noah a weasel and a snake. But Doja got backlash because the public wasn't too happy that Doja was getting mad at Noah. Noah is a 17-year-old boy. So a lot of people were wondering why she was DMing him in the first place and asking him to link her up with his co-star when she could have done it herself. I will admit the interaction is highly inappropriate, and it could easily be misconstrued for something predatory. And I don't believe that that was the case, but it definitely was inappropriate. But if my guess is correct, I think that Doja attempted to hit Joseph up. She probably DM'd him, but he didn't respond. So instead, she went to Noah and tried to get him to do her bidding, but it all backfired. After that whole controversy, Doja lost 200,000 followers, and Noah gained 1 million followers. So that comes to show you how strongly people felt about the situation. They feel like Doja was in the wrong. Now, Noah did apologize for leaking the DMs. He told this to Variety, "I'm super unserious on social media and pretty goofy, so I posted that not thinking too much of it, but obviously it hurt her feelings. I apologized and she was totally okay with it, and I was like, I'm sorry how I reacted." Now, I think this was very big of Noah. He's a young guy, but he's learning that leaking DMs aren't okay, and I'm glad that he took accountability. But I think Doja was wrong for making the situation bigger than it needed to be. She didn't have to call him out, and she didn't have to DM him and ask him to hook her up with his co-star. He's a minor. She should have known better, and as a grown woman, she should have found another way to get in contact with Joseph. But anyway, tell me what y'all think about this whole video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.